Hello, my friends. I wrote an article, I think I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago, about being loved, but not be able to feel loved. And I want to just read the first paragraph of that article to you. And I will put the link in the description below so you can read it if you want to. So it starts out saying, what difference does it make if I am being loved, yet cannot feel it? Being loved without feeling loved can be pretty painful and lonely. If this was your experience growing up, it can even make you feel guilty because you know your parents loved you and they did their absolute best. Yet, here you are, still not feeling it, still not feeling loved. And I know that there are many, many, many of us who walk around in that experience. We had loving parents. We may have a loving partner. We are in a situations where the mind will tell us, but you are loved. So why can I not feel it? In my own experience, of course, because this is how I grew up, otherwise I wouldn't be able to talk about it. I know that my mom loved me. She was very caring for us. My dad, he loved us in the way he knew how. He just was, the provider and was tired when he came home. He didn't give us a time of the day ever, except yelling at us and telling us to be quiet and do what he told us to do. So I didn't feel very loved there. But when I look at it from now, I know he loved me the way he was able to. My mom did the same, but there was an element of something in there where I just could not take it in. So that was an exploration I went on, and it's kind of a bizarre thing, you are loved, but why can I not feel it? So what I started, developing then, it felt like there was this receiving apparatus to receive love was not active in me. It was not activated. It was like it was lying there dormant. And so I didn't know what it meant to live a life where I just feel loved. And it's super sad because that is what we all want. And that's why we go out there and do all these things, hoping to be loved. But many times, because we are doing things, meaning we are not being fully ourselves, in order to be loved, we can't really feel it because the love will probably go to that part that left ourselves. And we're left feeling hungry and empty, wanting love more than anything. It's quite a dilemma, isn't it? I will put the link, like I said, in the description, and in that blog post, there is also a link for a free download of a meditation I created back then to help. It's like helping you activate that dormant receptor thing so that it's like jump starting it so you can start feeling like, oh, that is what it feels like to feel loved. And it's just this wow. Because when I started doing that, I just felt like, oh my God, if I had felt this when I was a little girl, I would not, I would be so different than I am today. I wouldn't be so insecure and doubting myself and hating myself and thinking there's something wrong with me, thinking nobody likes me. All the things we all live under. And if you listen to my video from yesterday about, what did I call it? Something like the most destructive lie we've been told, or something like that. And that is exactly that we are born into that belief that I was just telling you, there's something, I'm not good enough, something wrong with me. I need to do something in order to get the love. But if I had received that when I was little in the way that my nervous system knew that there was a resonance with it, so I could just lean into that. I could just rest in that feeling of knowing, yeah, I'm loved. I feel it. I can feel it, right? And even though we can feel it to a certain extent, I think I'm talking more about really feeling it to the core so we can literally relax fully and not doubt it anymore. And not in a way we don't feel we need to leave ourselves to receive that love so we can feel loved. It may be a little convoluted, I'm talking about it, but it is a very powerful practice. I think the meditation is really, really powerful, and you're welcome to download it for free. It helped me a lot, and it really felt like it was an activation. Seriously, it was like something had never been felt before. And suddenly I knew it. It was like, okay, now I have something to build on. And of course, it has a lot to do with self-love. It has to do also with finding out what you need to hear or feel or experience or see. There is something in us that when it is there, we can feel it. And if that part is missing, we can't feel it. So it's learning to find out, well, what would I need to experience in order to feel loved? And that's why this meditation will kind of take you through that so you can find that in yourself. And then you can start receiving it first in a meditation, and then you can make that maybe a part of your life. This is the one of the blog posts that I've gotten the most comments on over the years, many years. And I just got one again this morning, and that's why I thought, wow, this is such a powerful subject. And so that's why I want to talk about it today. Most people, they really have a strong reaction to it in a good way. And they know that this is true. Some people are so shocked sometimes, and the tears come out because we think there's something wrong with us for not feeling it when it is there. The mind says, but it's right here. And the heart says, but I can't feel it. Or not the heart, maybe, but your body is like, I just cannot feel it. So that is an exploration to find out the love that is there. How can it be received so you can feel it? But maybe even more importantly, what is it that prevents you from feeling it? Is you probably know something that maybe 10% of love is given to you in a maybe a very practical way, financial way. Like my dad, he was working to provide for us. So that was very loving, but there was no element of this deep depth of emotion of meeting me where I need to be met, as do you and you and you. We all know something like when that is there, then this part can finally relax. And that's a beautiful process. It's not something that happens overnight, like nothing really does. But it is a practice we can take on. And for instance, in the morning before you get up, you can take time to maybe go through that meditation or just parts of it, the parts that we really feel like, oh. So when you start realizing that what was missing there, then you can change it, right? Because you know what was missing. So what needed to happen for you to know that, there it is. It's a very felt sense experience, by the way. It's not something you can do up here. Because up here we can't feel that emptiness that we want to be filled. Ultimately, of course, it can only be filled from within. But I'm not going to do the bypass because that's not going to get you there. We're going to take the little steps, the little nuggets, the little words or looks or feelings or experiences that were missing when you were a child, and that made you just kind of feel numb almost. And then on top of that, there's the guilt, because you're not feeling grateful or whatever it is. And then you have this whole whole layer around you where it's really hard to penetrate. So do that meditation and let me know. Reach out to me if you need help with that. Many times we do. I always say that, and I'm not trying to get your business, but it is what I'm trained to do. So of course I'm going to offer it to any one of you who resonates with that and who feels a yes inside. It's the same, you're like, oh, that's it, right? That's what I need. The same with your parents or whatever. It's like, that's what was missing. Now I know what I need. And then we can start creating more of that in our lives, either internally or externally with a therapist or a coach or a friend or partner. I actually remember many years ago when I did some work with Tony Robbins about relationships. He would say that many times, maybe that's how it was back then, maybe not today, but the man might give his partner flowers. But what really would make her feel loved is if he had, taken her out on a walk in a beautiful forest or something, or a box of chocolate. It seems so old-fashioned, but just so you get that, right? And for the other way, instead of maybe the woman finding, a beautiful shirt for him for his birthday, maybe he just wants her to listen to him, to just give him a space where he feels heard. So finding each our own unique door that we can open by knowing what we want to bring in here to help us relax and feel loved. That is the work we can do ourselves. So we activate that dormant receiver inside that's been waiting to be opened to receive it. And then once we start receiving it, then we know that feeling from our own felt sense experience. It's not just an idea or hope or longing. It's like, I want that. It's like you start feeling, oh, and many times it's a very new feeling and it's wonderful. It's like, oh my God. Many times there will be tears because the contraction we have been holding around this pain starts melting when the right balm is given, the right words, the right look, the right being heard, whatever it is. And then the tears come because then you don't need to protect that pain anymore. Now it can open up and heal. So that's an offer, a gift for you if you resonate. Please click on the link below, which is the blog post, and then somewhere down in the blog post, you will find the link to download this free meditation. Okay, my friends, I would love, love, love to hear from you. Please comment below, specifically if you download it and listen to it. Please comment here on my YouTube channel, because that's again, that allows more of the algorithm to go out, whatever it's called, and it allows more people to find this, because I think there's a lot of people who are longing for that same thing. So like, subscribe, share with your friends, comment, and I look forward to hearing from you. I can't wait. All right. Thank you so much.